from my side as well.
Word. We are live. Word. Sorry, Alex, I didn't do the background music. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel like it, just because it's pretty fucking cold here. I don't really want to do anything.
The cold. Oh, there we
Yeah.
are. The cold is
Yeah.
making you like lazy.
Oh, dude, seriously. Welcome to another episode of Fan Fuel Motorsports. I am your interim host again. My name is Colton Cranmore. I'm joined by the front man for Left Turn Colt, the one and only Cody motherfucking Powers.
Let's crack a lacking, buddy.
Looking like the first thing I said to you was you look like Oliver Tree with those damn glasses on. He might be one of like the most genuinely funny people alive.
Oh, dude, I love like his entire
like
just
he's
his whole shtick.
Yeah, naturally fucking hilarious when he does his shit.
Yeah, no, and like he could be a stand-up comedian, I think, and like have as much success with like his character. Like he could be like he's like an SNL skit, but in real life.
Yeah, a walking SNL skit. That's a good way of putting it.
But like as an artist, dude, incredibly talented.
Right.
Like I love his music.
So we were talking about this at work the other day. So you know how like celebrities are running for president and shit like every term? If there was a comedian that ran for president, who would you vote for?
A comedian that ran for president?
Mm-hmm. Who do you think as a comedian would be the best fucking president?
So I could do like the vanilla answer and be like Dave Chappelle.
Right. So I saw this on...
How am I like, is this like a true legitimate question where it's like, who do I think is like the most capable of hiring like a qualifying cabinet to like, am I taking this 100% seriously?
You're gonna
just for like the coolness?
Who would be the perfect blend of funny and serious?
Okay.
I would say like wouldn't just completely trash the fucking country, but you would have a great time having him as a president.
Yeah, because you could say like Larry the Cable Guy, like
right. You know. Yeah, like if I just wanted laughs for years, I'd put like Daniel Tosh up there.
Yeah. Right.
Like Anthony Jeselnik would be my go-to guy.
I'm on an Andrew Schultz kick right now.
Schultz is cool.
Yeah.
I like Schultz.
Dude, this is a good one.
Donald Glover's up there. I think that Mark Normand would be a pretty damn good president.
Adam Sandler. In all fairness, Adam Sandler.
All right. I think that's the answer because that's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah, because it's like Adam Sandler is funny. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. Like the guy's naturally just funny. But what he did with like Uncut Gems, dude can obviously like switch it and be serious.
Right, yeah. He is like America's favorite cousin.
Yeah. Like you constantly pull for them. Sometimes they're a bit too much. And like, you know, you're excited for them to like go back.
You always have the best memories with them. Like childhood, growing up, right?
Yeah, dude, for me, like I think one of the movies that always will have like a just extra soft place in my heart is Waterboy. There's just something about Waterboy that I absolutely adore and worship.
I wish we could still get movies like those early Happy Madison films, like those kind of comedies.
I'd long for like 2008 rom-coms again.
Ooh, yeah.
Like just that era was banging.
Yeah.
Like I Love You, Man.
I Love You, Man.
Like to me, that is a top 3 like rom-com of all time.
Yeah. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Incredible. Saving Silverman.
Yep. The Breakup. We could do an episode about rom-coms.
Yeah. Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
That is such a good movie.
Yeah.
That one is criminally underrated.
Very.
Juno's damn good. You know what I watched for the first time a couple weeks ago was Borat.
That's the first time?
First time ever.
Really? Did you know what you were getting into? Like, did you?
No clue.
Really? So did the marketing for Borat 2 not get to you?
No.
Dude, it was everywhere for me. Like every aspect of my life. He even ended up coming on and doing a stream with a streamer in
Really?
like the Borat character. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. Do you know Dr. Lupo?
I do not.
Okay, he was one of the big Fortnite guys. Now he's like the Tarkov guy. But he came on his stream as Borat to like promote the movie.
Huh. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
But no, don't remember any of that. I don't remember. Like I remember hearing of it, but I've never until a couple weeks ago. I'd never seen it. Pretty damn funny movie.
What would you give it?
On like 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably like a solid 7.5, 8.
Have
Maybe.
you watched the second one yet?
Have not watched the second one.
Okay. The second one, you're not going to be like let down.
Okay. Word.
It's genuinely a good sequel, in my opinion. I think it's incredible.
I'll have to check it out.
But the original, like, it's just you're never gonna match an original, no matter what.
Right. Yeah.
Like, the first one is like that's it. But the second one, yeah, you should be excited to watch that one. I think it's on Amazon.
I'll have to check it out. I don't have Amazon, but I usually just rent it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like $2.99. Yeah. That's actually what I did. So I didn't have cable or YouTube TV or anything last year. So for Christmas, we wanted to watch the 24 Hours of Christmas Story. So I just rented it on YouTube for $2.99 and then replayed that sumbitch every time I got to the credits.
Smart.
Damn the system.
Smart. So do you are you a sports guy? Do you watch football?
I am a NASCAR and baseball guy.
Okay. I was gonna say apparently YouTube TV is gonna be getting like the NFL Sunday ticket, which is huge. Yeah. It's just like how are they gonna do it? Like is the price gonna go up, so on and so forth. But I was about to say YouTube TV, if they do that, I think it becomes like the most attractive live TV service.
Absolutely. I mean, of it, all the ones that I've used, it's my favorite, just because of like the ease of access it has to it.
I've always been biased with Hulu Live. That's the one that we've used.
Yeah, I don't mind Hulu Live.
We only care about Ohio State in this household. Ew.
Oh, hey. Hey, if you're watching, can you bring me some nicotine, Cheyenne? I definitely forgot my pouches on the bar in the kitchen. So what you doing down there in Tennessee, Cody? I haven't talked to you in a while.
What am I doing?
Yeah. How's stuff going down there?
Man. It's been a year. No, but I just wrapped up with school, which is nice. I got one more semester and then I'm done with it forever. Will and I pass, next semester. But working, like
word
Christmas shopping. It's cold. It's getting cold here. Yeah,
so
I am just living right now.
What's the temperature there right now?
So right now we are obviously we're well west of you or well east of you. So 43.
Which is it's still fairly cold for down there.
Yeah. Well, we've been in like the mid 30s like throughout the day. Like it's getting here in the nighttime it's been warmer than it has in the day.
Weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Very.
But it's supposed to be getting super cold. You guys are supposed to get kind of the back end of this fucking cold squall we got going right now. Thought I saw like the wind chill was going to be down to like 14 below down there.
Yeah. Where I live, they are calling for in between -10 to -20, depending on like your elevations. But we're supposed to be having wind gusts, which this isn't like anything for you, I'm sure. For us, dude, this like will topple our houses. 30 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. Like we have so many trees that like those fall on houses all the time from storms like these. Because every tree in the state of Tennessee is like taller than your house, guaranteed.
Guaranteed, yeah.
So like that does get terrifying, especially like we're in the mountains, so all there are trees around us.
Right.
Like, dude, my yard, there's like 15 trees in my yard. And like it's just every one of them, if they fall,
could just smush the house, huh?
There's one near my bedroom. And that's the one, like, every day I'm like, this thing's going to kill me one day.
This motherfucker's going down.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, damn.
And, like, anything below 20 degrees here like kills us. We don't know how to act. We don't know like how to be warm.
Oh, y'all just wait.
I know. I'm like so many people in this area like are genuinely gonna die. And like it's awful. From the
Right.
freeze, the bad structure, like the bad infrastructure.
Right.
All
Like
of
your houses aren't as well insulated as they are here.
No, we don't have like very many underground wires. Like we still have
Yeah.
like street poles everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that is one good thing about here is a lot of the shit's underground. So
yeah,
we don't get power knocked out very often. It's like maybe once a year there'll be a power outage and it's usually just a really bad thunderstorm or something.
that's when it ices, dude. It's so bad here. It's so bad.
Yeah,
Everybody
everything
loses
shuts down.
power.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's people shit on Southerners for the way we react to like snowy weather, but it's so much more than just us not knowing how to drive. Like
Right.
we like collectively lose our shit because it literally becomes like life and death.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn gauntlet outside your house.
Yeah.
Is this tree gonna follow me? Is that power line gonna snap? Am I gonna get hit
Yeah.
with an icicle?
Is this old lady gonna kill me because I need to buy like bread?
Yeah.
Like, am I gonna get shot for this bread, these eggs, and all this milk I got?
I can't wait to move down there. The South to me, every time I'm down there and just talking to people who live there, it sounds like online Grand Theft Auto all the fucking time. Like,
That's
like
dude. Honestly, it kind of is.
it just sounds ridiculous, just with like more rule restraints and less guys with jets.
Yeah, yeah. That's honestly fair. I feel like most of the crazier stuff definitely comes from Florida.
Yeah. So the
Dude,
best thing about
I
Florida is
don't consider Florida a part of the South as a true Southerner.
no. The best thing about Florida is that it's so close to the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like just it's an extra island attached.
Yeah, it's like Diet Cuba. It's
Right, yeah,
fucking
it's
crazy.
like they do give us like the best place to go on vacation so we can kind of deal with their shit a little bit more.
Right,
Like they know they have that leeway.
right. They can get away with a little bit
Yeah,
more.
like
'Cause it's
we
not-
have Disney. Like we own
Yeah.
your entire media.
Yeah, they got Disney and Daytona. Those are two damn good Ds.
Yeah. Yeah, so they also have Tom Brady.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a football guy, so it
Okay.
doesn't mean shit.
Okay. Tom Brady's like sucking ass right now. And he lost
I've
his
heard that.
family.
It's the first time he's ever lost 8 games in a season.
Yep.
Nuts. I get to see the fall of Tom Brady in my lifetime.
I think it's great, like just the whole. I love like gossiping about it. Like I'm a middle-aged woman. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, like he squandered away his family, and his team is like just everybody's letting Tom down right now.
Yeah. Well, Tom is also letting everyone else down too. So,
Or is Tom just innocent in all this? Is he just like a helpless bystander?
has he been holding up these walls for decades?
Yeah,
And no one
finally
sees
he's
it.
just and now he's just like crumbling. Like he just
Yeah.
can't do it anymore.
Yeah, like one thing slipped, and now the whole shebang's coming down.
Yeah,
Imagine crippling mentality, Tom.
Tom Fraudy.
Yeah, his whole life is a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Dude couldn't even throw a football till he signed to Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Tom, though, I guess.
Told Tommy.
It's cold.
Oh, dude. So I left work and at noon it was 40 degrees here. When I left work, it was like 11 degrees with a real feel of like -5, and it wasn't snowing. And by the time I got half a mile away from work, it was a fucking whiteout and I couldn't see a block in front of me. It is now 9 degrees below zero with a real feel of -38.
So sensibly speaking, how long could you go out there and like stand?
Okay, so all bundled up, like ready to go, looking like Randy from Christmas Story. You could be out there for, I mean, shit, you could be out there for a couple hours if you have all your skin covered. Like, I mean the full
Right, like,
everything over your face,
if you're, like,
goggles.
an outdoor construction
If
worker.
if I were to just grab my coat, put my shoes on, and go outside, you might last a minute before you get fucking bone chilling cold. And after like 3 to 5 minutes, your flesh starts to freeze and you suffer hypothermia. It's crazy.
And, like, you're just used to this.
Well, no, so this is still like incredibly fucking cold for up here. Um, we'll see like usually a week of like 10 below roughly. And it's usually in February when everything's super cold around here. This is the earliest I've ever seen it get this fucking cold because this is still like the temperature's still dropping. We're not even supposed to hit our low temp until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
And what's that gonna be?
It is going to be somewhere between 20 and 25 degrees below zero with a real feel between 50 and 60 below zero. So if any of you have never been in 50 degrees below zero, your spit will freeze before it hits the ground. You can take a bottle of or a pot of boiling water and throw it in the air and it will turn to ice and just like in a
Does
big
it
ass
hurt to
pot.
breathe in?
Yes. Yeah, without something over your mouth, it hurts to breathe. It's hard. You like get this have you ever tried to open your mouth on a roller coaster or out a car window going fast and you get that like
Yeah.
it's like that except pins and needles because it's fucking cold.
That's insane. Dude,
Because you got to think it's 180 degrees colder than your body temperature.
right.
You know, like
That kind of makes me want to, like, I wanna go and experience super cold just one time. Just one time.
the week if you plan a trip to Wyoming, specifically to this part, the week after the Daytona 500 is usually the coldest week of the
That's,
year.
like, the peak.
That's usually the 10 below, 15 below with wind chill. Yeah.
How much snow do you get?
Well, it depends. So we just go based on storms, not necessarily based on like a yearly snowfall. If you ask locals, they'll say like last time we got 4 inches, this one's going to be 8. You know, we just kind of
Okay.
play it by that. And then we kind of know when the storms are going to end, when the snow's going to stop. So usually we say Mother's Day. You can plant flowers after Mother's Day. I don't really know like a yearly total. So we're supposed to get 4 tonight.
Inches.
Yeah. We got 6 a couple weeks ago. We
Is
got another
6
like
inches, is that a
2.
lot to you?
It's a decent amount. So it's definitely, excuse me, it's harder to get around. Cars start to have troubles, you know, sliding shit like that. Even at a couple inches, cars will start to slide. But at 6, you start to get stuck in certain places. 8's iffy. 10 is pretty much only trucks go out.
6 inches of snow will have our county schools out for a week.
So a couple years here, we got 3 feet of snow, like 36 inches of snow, and we were back up and running. I think 2 days later.
Really?
Like my work was open. Yeah, roads were open, bars were open, everything.
It was 6 or 7 years ago. We had a very heavy snowstorm for our area come through, and our entire infrastructure, our town, like our economy, everything shut down for like 2 weeks. Like,
Damn.
dude, it was so bad. Nobody could go anywhere. Schools were out for close to a month.
Damn.
Because it snowed and then it stayed so cold that it just kept icing over.
Yeah. Well, and y'all don't have like equipment down there, right? Like we have snow plows and sanders, and we can salt everything, you know, and snow blowers, and like y'all don't have that down there.
We have the salt trucks. Our counties, like, they do have like 1 or 2 plows a piece. Like, not enough to cover the county the way that they should be able to, obviously.
Right.
But no, when it comes down to it, we are severely underprepared.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, granted, it's nuts because living up here, right? Like we're all prepped for it. Yeah, I mean, it never until I talked to Rattlesnake about it a couple years ago. Like that never even crossed my mind that like y'all don't have snowplows.
Yeah,
Like, I just thought every city,
for
like I thought
us,
Miami
we're
had
a
their own.
little bit luckier than like farther south where they rarely ever get snow. Um,
Yeah,
like now the city that I live in, because So we are the Tri-Cities. We have 3 different towns, like, that form, like, a triangle. Ha ha, it
Yeah.
worked. Um, so, like, it's each city is in, like, a different county. Um,
Weird.
yeah, yeah. Which Kingsport and Bristol are in the same county, but Kingsport goes into 2 separate counties.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's, like, the 2nd biggest city. Bristol's the smallest, Johnson City is the biggest, and then Kingsport's right there in the middle. Um, so the one I live in, it's a very like heavily funded school city, like very proud of their academics. So they have to like maintain their school. So they have scrapers everywhere to ensure that they don't miss school.
Really?
Yeah, so that keeps the whole
Huh.
city clear.
Damn. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So, like, I don't know, like up here, like we're not even like we're all still going to work tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, it's nuts.
The weather, like the temperature, I don't think that many places here would be open at that temperature.
So to be fair, most places here probably shouldn't be open.
Yeah.
The big issue I have, and I've told my boss this a couple times, like, so I can get to work, right? I can go outside, start my car real quick if it'll start. Because at 20 below, like your batteries are at risk of cracking and exploding. Like your engine won't warm up for several minutes, so your pistons are just fucking cranking with what oil? It's all down at the fucking bottom, solid as a rock. Um, but I can go out and I can start my truck and I can run back in and warm up for 20 minutes and then drive to work. And I can sit in this warm building all day. But what am I going to do when I got to leave? I work at a warehouse. I'm not going to walk a quarter mile out to my fucking car to go start it, walk a quarter mile back. You know, I can't do that. And I can't just sit out in my fucking car for 10 minutes waiting for it to warm up because I'll get frostbite. So it's kind of a catch 22. Like, do you not? So we'll play it by ear.
See, that's such a small like technicality that not many people would even think about.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
well, just go work for your money.
yeah. Yeah. Like cars
I didn't
starting is
miss
one
any
thing.
work.
Yeah. But what am I going to do when I have to go clock out? Freeze because I'm off the clock. It's not their problem.
I mean, technically, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
exactly the
legally, yeah.
yeah easy solution.
Yep. Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of call outs tomorrow.
Yeah, I honestly, if I worked somewhere and they wanted me to come into work and it was that cold, no,
Yeah. And to be
no.
fair, they're pretty lenient about it. Like all the bosses know, like, this is some shitty times right now.
Yeah,
Like Cheyenne and I have already talked about it. Like if her work gets canceled and mine gets canceled or we can't make it in or something, like we're just going to build a fort in the living room out of blankets.
yeah.
Like bring the mattress out, like fucking fort off
See,
the
that
living
would
room.
make me want to call out even more.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I'm just gonna have city skylines on the fucking Xbox while she's watching whatever on the iPad.
Yeah, that's not a bad time.
Some hot cocoa.
Yeah, dude.
Man, I hope
I'm
my boss doesn't watch this.
You're fired, by the way.
Yeah, he's like, you
You're done.
motherfucker. You knew damn
Scared of
well
the
what you're doing.
cold, huh? Yeah. You call out, you're done.
Yep.
Yeah. The worst thing about it for us is it's gonna peak on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day here.
Eek.
Yeah. And like for me and my family, we've always celebrated on Christmas Eve. That's where like like going over to relatives' house. That's where that happens is on Christmas Eve. So like at least twice that day we're gonna have to be outside.
Yeah.
So
Well, the good thing is you'll be at least at home or at someone else's house. Like you can run out, start your car, go
yeah.
back in, warm up. You know, don't overcrank your car. Don't blow up a battery. If it's not going to start, let it sit for a minute or two.
You just hold that some bitch wide open.
Yeah, fucking solder that bitch open. Yeah, and then we're supposed to be back up in the 50s by Christmas.
Let's see.
We're talking about a temperature variance of almost 80 degrees.
We will be in the 50s next Thursday. So the low Friday is 5, Saturday is 4, Sunday
Damn.
is 10, Monday is 12, Tuesday is 22, Wednesday is 22, Thursday is 27 with a high of 51.
Y'all are never going to appreciate 40 degrees again like you will here in a few days.
Dude,
You're
I'm
going to be
already
so
like,
thankful for 35 degrees.
yeah, no, I get it. Trust me. For me, once it drops under 40, I'm miserable. I am absolutely miserable. So I hate it.
To be fair, I think 30 degrees down there is colder than 30 degrees up here.
You think so?
I think 30 down there feels closer to like 15 or 10 to here because you guys have so much more humidity usually.
Yeah.
You know, like the air is that fucking cold as opposed to here, like it just blows around.
That's true. I dread it. Wait, hold. If you just got here, that's my mom. Tell her how cold it's gonna be for you.
All right, so I'll recap this. So currently it is, let me relook here. Currently it is now 11 below. So it's gone down 2 more degrees with a real feel still at 38. It is supposed to get by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning somewhere between 20 and 25 degrees below zero with a real feel between 50 and 60 degrees below zero. It is going to be miserable.
Call out, bro. It'll be worth it.
It ain't worth it. Yeah. Yeah, what blows is it's going to be 20 degrees warmer as a real feel, or probably 10 or 15 warmer at 5 a.m. when I'm supposed to leave for work than it will at 8 when I go on my first break.
Pain.
Damn.
Pain. Yeah, it's supposed to be weird here. It's gonna be like 40 something degrees at midnight, and then by like 2 a.m. it's like down to 10. And
Yeah.
then at like 4 a.m., like it's at 6.
Yeah. This whole squall is just weird. Just
I hate when
obliterating our
like
country.
I hate national size storms.
Mm-hmm.
They're never good. Never ever good.
Yeah, it's
Cold.
there's a reason that I do not want to fucking live here. I
Yeah.
could deal with the people. I could deal with the not having shit to do.
How hot does it get there?
It'll still touch 100 in the summers.
Like at a regular?
Not at a regular. We'll probably get, I don't know, maybe 10 degrees above, or 10 days that's 95 or above a year. Maybe not even that.
Okay.
Our summers are way short. So our summers are like first week of June, really until like the second week of September, if that.
That's it?
That's all we get. Yeah, because it snows from Labor Day to Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
The summertime. Did you have a hard time down here at the
No,
race?
I actually thought that 90 degrees down there was cooler than 90 degrees up here.
Okay.
Because it is more humid down there, so that adds to the heat index. However, I can kind of build like a layer of sweat and be cool when I was outside. Whereas opposed to here, it's so goddamn dry, it just evaporates off immediately.
Did you do the summer race or
Yeah.
was it the spring? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was July.
Okay. In all fairness, I will say that the spring race at Atlanta was way hotter than the summer race was.
And that's what I heard, that the summer race was kind of like an easier break because of the
Dude,
overtime.
it was. It was. Yeah, that spring race was awful. It was so bad.
In that regard, I have yet to experience a true, like, full-on southern fucking heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
They get rough. Like the humidity?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Aw. Getting hate in the comments. Most toxic. Listen, dog, I ain't toxic. I just talk my talk, bro.
Man. Getting fanned on a different podcast even.
Pain. But anyway, yeah, dude. Southern summers, they can kick your ass. Like
I'm sure.
you can open your door. By the time you get to your car, massive swamp butt.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Like you're already like your shirt is already like stuck to you.
Damn.
I don't know why I got roasted by Philadelphia Eagle Twitter as a Philadelphia Eagle fan. I accidentally went viral over there on their side, and they were just tearing me a new asshole in the comments.
Damn. No, you got to take an L once in a while.
No, I didn't roll over. That was the problem. I didn't make a bad point.
At least you didn't think you made a bad point.
Here's what it was. A few years ago, our quarterback, he tore his ACL in a play, and like he was a quarterback we drafted number 2 in the first round, Carson Wentz. We take him. He does incredible things for us. He leads us to a 13-2 record, and then he tears his ACL in the game, and then just falters from there. We go on to win a Super Bowl in that same season while he's still playing for the Eagles. We put a statue up of that backup quarterback who came in and won the Super Bowl. We put a statue of him up. We bench this guy, tell him we're not going to trade him, and start him again. And then we're like, we believe in you. And then he messes up and we immediately bench him and trade him away. Okay. I was devastated when he tore his ACL. And the point that I made was his season looks like Jalen Hurts, our current quarterback's season. And all it took was one play. And I was like, this guy was our Jalen. And everybody was like, he was nothing like Jalen. He was never anything like him. And they were like, I don't know why you'd be upset we won the Super Bowl that year. Like, can I not like feel bad for a guy that I latched onto?
Like, he was my guy, man.
Yeah. Damn. He was like, for everybody who's like, NASCAR died when Dale died. Like, he was my...
He was your Dale. Yeah. He was the Eagles' Dale.
Yeah, 2017 Carson was MVP. Facts. And it all got stripped. And then just, dude, people on Twitter and the internet and, like, sports media were shredding him alive. And people are like, he's snapping on his coaches now. Like, yeah. Like, guys just getting flamed everywhere he's turning. And then he went to the Colts. And he had a good season with them. His first season with them was really good. And, like, they came up a little short, but it was a shit team that he went to. But it looked like they were going in the right direction. And then the owner was like, yeah, we're gonna keep it going with him. Next thing you know, Carson Wentz traded to Washington.
Damn.
Yeah. And now he's benched to an XFL guy.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And people are like, yeah, he's soft.
It's like the entire NFL is playing a game of get up pussy with Carson Wentz.
Yeah. And people are like, he's mentally weak. Yeah. He got it in.
It's like, no, you just keep kicking him in the nuts every 6 months.
Exactly, dude. That's my point. Like, I feel bad for the guy.
All right. Well, I take back my crude comments. That you make fair points.
Thank you.
Make fair points there. So work has been super slow. So we've had a lot of like dull conversation and just like mind-numbing things. It's like we got really into riddles a couple days ago, which is pretty interesting.
Are you about to hit me with some riddles?
Do you want me to? I mean, there's one that's.
I feel like you were wanting me to ask you to, right?
No, I'm more or less just leading into other conversation.
Okay, well, I want you to ask me a riddle.
All right. Okay, so.
Or tell me a riddle. Is it ask a riddle or tell a riddle?
I'm not sure. That's the riddle, I guess. All right, so I'll give you a good one. Okay, so let's say.
How smart do I need to be for this? Is this like a
decently?
Okay.
I don't know, like Southern curriculums, man. I don't know.
Okay. I was homeschooled too.
Oh, damn. Sorry, Mom, if you're still watching. So let's say you have a prison, right? And you have 2 prisoners in your prison. And you're going to have a party tomorrow. And there's going to be however many people at your party. And you have 4 bottles of wine that you're going to serve. You know that one of the bottles of wine has poison in it. So you need to find out which bottle it is. And the only way to tell is to give it to one of the prisoners. The poison takes 24 hours to take effect, and your party is in 24 hours. How do you divvy up 4 bottles of wine amongst 2 prisoners to find out exactly which one is poisoned?
And I have 24 hours.
You got 24 hours, yep.
just negativity, bro. Negativity. Damn it, Junior. Dude, Junior's the funniest person I think I've ever seen in a comment section.
I don't know.
He tears in, bro.
Who's the Brad guy?
Joe Retro.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh, he don't fuck with us no more.
Oh damn.
He's out. Yeah, he dipped. Or went out for Joe. I hope he's doing well.
Is he just like off Twitter entirely?
I think so. Yeah.
Damn.
He slides through every now and then, but
just shows up like a long lost friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I hope he's doing well. Shout out Joe Retro one time. Does he still stop by for y'all?
No, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. There's just like weird fights in our Discord for a minute, and then like just he left after a while.
That was just
like it's just one of those like everybody would be joking, and then like he would say something that was super like out of pocket and sideways, and like piss somebody off, or somebody would say something to him that he took as sideways and then get pissed off, and then I'd be like, well, dude, like everybody's doing it. Like,
yeah,
just breathe.
Yep. R.I.P. Joe.
Yeah, pour one out. But back to this. So I have 4 bottles of liquor.
Yep.
2 prisoners.
Yep.
I'm inviting people over.
Yep.
And 2 of the 4 bottles of liquor have poison.
Just one.
One.
Yep.
1 bottle. Can I not just like combine all the poison into one bowl and pour like a cup from that?
Well, the issue with that would be, yeah, the prisoners are going to die. But how do you know which bottle has the poison in it?
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Trying to find a damn Sharpie so I can write this out here.
I would, sir. Okay, no, it's. Well, if both prisoners died, then you have your answer.
Well, which bottle's poisoned?
Well, so if I were to just pick 2 bottles and say, here's one for you, here's one for you, right? And they drink them.
Yep.
Both drink them.
Yep.
Then if they both come back alive, then I know the 2 bottles I gave them are good. Or if one of them dies, then I know not to serve that bottle and then just serve the one that survived.
What do you do with the other 2 bottles in that sense? Like if both of them are still alive, how do you know if it's 3 or 4?
Fuck the other bottles, bro. We only got 1 bottle of champagne.
BYOB.
Yeah. Honestly, so is that an invalid answer? Can I not like use that?
Yeah.
Damn.
There is a way to do it, and actually, it's just a math equation, and it can expand up to like 100 prisoners and 1,000 bottles of wine.
What is it?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are prisoners in your liquor, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles of wine, 2 prisoners. What you're gonna do is you're gonna give each prisoner their own bottle. So let's say one takes 1 and 2 takes 2. You're gonna have them both drink from number 3. And you have no one drink from number 4.
Hold that back up.
My lighting is shit.
No, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
So how do you solve it, though?
Well, that would be whichever bottle is poisoned, you would know exactly which. Because if, it's number 4, obviously if they all come back alive, if both the guys come back alive, it was bottle 4. If they both die, it was bottle 3. If only number 2 dies, it was that one. If only number 1 dies, it was that one.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So, shit like that.
You got another one?
That's
non-mathematical.
Okay, so there's a river that you need to get across, and you have a boat, and the boat is big enough for you and either one thing or one passenger. On your side of the shoreline is a coyote, a chicken, and a bag of feed. They're all yours. You got to get them all three across there. The chicken can't be left alone with the feed. The coyote can't be left alone with the chicken. How do you get all three across the river in your boat that you can only take one thing of at a time?
Okay, give me the stipulations behind the animals one more time.
Okay, chicken cannot be left with the feed, and the coyote cannot be left with the chicken. Do y'all say coyote or coyote?
We say coyote, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Y'all say crick or creek?
Creek.
Yeah.
Well, are you talking like small, like moving water body?
Like a mini river. Yep.
Yep. It's a creek. Is it a creek for you?
It's either or. It's about half and half up here. Yeah.
So the chicken can't be left alone with the food.
Mm-hmm.
And then the coyote can't be left alone with the chicken.
Yep.
And then what's in my boat? What are my rules?
You can only take one thing with you at a time.
At a time, yeah.
Yep.
Then I would take the chicken.
Okay, so you take the chicken across. What are you gonna grab?
What?
What are you gonna grab? You got to come back and you got to get all three across. So you got the chicken over there. So now you come back and grab what?
Well, at that point, it doesn't entirely matter, right? Oh, wait, no, because I got to take him back across. Ooh, good one. Dude, I don't know. Now I feel dumb. Like I'm getting roasted. Cody and math, LOL. Come on, Cody, it's easy.
Yeah, damn, even mom's flaming, you know.
Dude, I don't know. I tap now. My self-conscious, my confidence is gone.
Take the chicken across.
Yeah.
Drop the chicken off. Go back. Get the bag of feed. Haul the feed across. Grab the chicken. Switch.
Oh, I see.
Bring the chicken back. Switch it with the coyote. Okay. Haul the coyote back over. Go back, get the chicken. Dude,
that shit is extra. Imagine actually being in that predicament where you're like, damn it.
Yeah. It'd take me a while to figure that one out.
What are those? That's like an IRL jigsaw puzzle.
Right. Like, knowing it's a riddle, I can take my time and like mathematically think about it. But like, if I hit that in real life, like I'm just killing one of them. Like, one of you got to go. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Chicken, sorry.
I want to know, like, why the chicken and then the coyote were like fine. No, wait, they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coyote and feed are cool.
Yeah, the coyote doesn't care about like the food.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've done shit like that and just dumb conversations.
You know, I think that college has damaged my brain.
Why is that?
I feel like 5 years ago, I would have gotten a riddle like that.
Now college, you're just like overthinking shit.
Yeah.
Trying to find sources to prove.
Yeah, dude. Totally. 8 brain cells.
Yeah. Like, according to this study by Purdue University, the chicken actually could have been left alone with the feed.
When people,
like,
I would like to,
chickens can only eat so much feed, assuming,
I am a firm believer that like when people come out of college and they act like they're smarter than people, dude, it's untrue. It's just totally untrue.
So I tell people at work, because I work with a lot of people who don't have a lot of college education. Obviously, it's a fucking factory. But I tell them, like, college didn't help me become smarter. It just taught me how to look up the things that I think. It taught me to fact check myself, really.
Yeah.
Like, I think this, let me make sure that I'm right in the way that I think.
And the important part of that is making sure that when you're like fact checking yourself, that you are not being biased in your fact checking.
Exactly. Making sure that I'm not just looking up shit that proves my point.
Right.
Yeah. So that's
where a lot of people like slip up And it's like, yeah, you are really smart, but also like you're manipulating people who may not be
Right.
as smart as you are.
Exactly. Yeah, anyone can Google pea makes plants grow, but like, does it actually work?
Yeah, and dude, I guarantee you, within an hour, I could like formulate a solid argument either way, and like I'm gonna have like the same amount of proof. But
So
it's like,
being out of school, when I study a subject, I'll just go in like rabbit holes and just start learning a shit ton about quantum theory for anything, right? And so I'll get this deep yearning in my soul to write a paper about it.
yeah,
Like to show someone what I found and
yeah.
to like document it. And I've
I
never
used to
felt
do
that as a
that for
student.
fun. Have you ever written an essay like for fun like that?
No.
It feels good when you're done with it. Like I feel like that's what like I swear to God, like I'm not trying to like sound smarter or like make us seem like, oh, we went to college. But
Yeah.
I think that's what like college people do. And I think that's what like proves that like you have that higher level of education where like, yeah, it's it's fun for me to look this up and write a paper on it.
Yeah.
Like I
Exactly.
compiled all this research. That's literally like what we're reading in our textbooks, people who compiled research together.
Yeah,
So it's like
exactly.
I feel like that's smart. Like
You're
that's
right.
smart creativity.
Like I never wanted to make a PowerPoint when I was in school. I fucking hated them.
Yeah.
But I've almost made several PowerPoints as an adult just to like there's an alien base on the moon. Here's
Dude,
my points.
for me, it's
78
Excel,
slides.
bro. It's
Yeah.
Excel.
Oh, dude.
Fucking despise Excel. But I'll be damned if I can't make some like viewership graphs on Excel like
Right.
nobody's business.
Yeah. Like I can fuck with Excel hard.
Yeah.
Using it for actual purposes.
Yeah. But dude, like
I
if
just
I
want
need
to
to
see what this
formulate
yeah.
something,
I
yeah.
know I want to know what this whole column of numbers equals right now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And I know how. I'm
Yeah.
like that's that's what college taught me.
Yeah. I want a gradient from green
Yeah.
to red.
Change colors when it goes negative. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
Another good thing I learned in college was how to excuse my way out of an absence.
How
Worked
so?
well. Worked well my first couple years working retail. It's like I'd be late and I'd get real good at saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, my fucking alarm didn't go off," and like rush in like I'm actually stressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worked super well when I was like 19 years old, hungover as shit trying to get into work.
I bet. That's smart. So,
Taught me a
not to
lot.
make you like sound like a piece of shit here,
Don't get
but
me wrong, I was.
I I have only ever called out of work twice for like recreation. Um my whole life. One time I was denied actually. Like they would not let me call in. And
Damn.
yeah. Yeah. They were like, "No, you're not calling in." Cuz they were like, "We know what you're trying to do and you're not," cuz I was going to a music festival and like they all
Um,
knew and they were like, "You're not leaving early." And I was like, on the phone, I was like, "That's fucked up because everybody else calls in like just because they partied last weekend.
yeah.
I'm trying to like leave the area early to beat traffic and like I'm not allowed to call out."
Yeah.
Um yeah, I never really called out of work. So I don't know how to like lie very
So,
well.
to be fair, that was 19-year-old Colton was kind of a piece of shit. Like it's
He
not
deserves it.
and it's not like I would miss work all the fucking time for bullshit
Right.
reasons, but
Yeah.
I would be an hour late pretty often.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I was salary, so like to me it didn't seem like a big deal.
Oh, you were salaried?
Yeah, like what the
Oh,
fuck? Like,
dude, eat that up. Yeah,
yeah,
no.
right. So like I don't call out for like just to fuck around.
Right. You probably worked more overtime than you could imagine.
Right, exactly. So like
Yeah.
I don't feel too bad about it, but I am glad that college gave me that skill to be like, yeah, Brian, I'm sorry, but here's a cup of coffee. Like,
Listen, a friend of mine like instilled this in me and now I do the same thing. It's all about like the networking and like the speech skills and the speaking
mhm,
skills you get from it. That is when college really matters. Um at the end of the day, like a degree unless it's a very specific field, right? Like
right, medical,
yeah,
law,
medical law,
education,
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, something just extremely targeted. if you have a psychology degree, you have opened up like a world of jobs. If you have a business degree, you have opened up a world of jobs that overlaps with that psychology degree. If you get a arts degree, it opens up and like you're here and here and here, and it's all about just proving that you can like stick with something for a certain amount of time. Show that
Mhm.
you have the discipline for that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think so. Like in your course of study, do you have maybe it was a general course or something, but like one course that you took the absolute most out of?
What I walked away with the most.
Yeah. Like one
Um,
semester, one course that you think you absorbed the most.
so I've had a lot of those. I took a lot of classes. When I went to community college, I still had no idea what I wanted to study. So I was doing like all of the core classes that I would need to later go on to university, but I would take so many electives in everything. And like for my English classes, I would take more in depth English, right? I wouldn't just
Right.
do Comp 1 and 2. Like I did English literature, and then I did another English class that was an honors class. I did almost an entire semester of medical. A lot of people choose to go for an arts degree, which is fine, and they learn a foreign language. If you do a bachelor's of science, you have to have your science courses. So I did anatomy 1 and 2 as my sciences, which in retrospect it was stupid to do. It was terrifying. It helped to trigger my OCD as far as like being afraid of like how easy we could just fucking die.
Right.
It's insane, yeah. So I regret taking that class, but I feel like I probably gained the most out of one of my anatomy classes. As far as like understanding how I need to study, how I need to discipline myself. As far as like life lesson, like what class I got the most out of overall, I would say it was probably my English 1 class,
Hmm.
my Comp 1.
Damn. That's a good one. So mine was speech. Like I took a speech and debate class second semester of college, and my lord, I learned how people talk, and it completely changed almost to the negative. Changed my viewpoint in my understanding of speaking because now I can tell when people are using words and mannerisms to wrap up a sentence, and when they're doing that in like public speaking events, they don't even usually know that they're doing it, but they'll like start to wrap up. And in my mind, I click. I'm like, all right, there's the cues, and I start and then I'll have to sit there for like another 20 minutes listening to shit. And it pisses me off so much.
I think that helps a lot also with like social cues. Um, for me, if
Yeah.
we're a new headset, no, this is the same one I've had. I'm just wearing it weird. Um, and I'm using this microphone instead of my other one. Uh, anyway, what was I even saying?
So I said about my speech class.
Yeah. Um, I did an argumentation and debate, and for me, like it helped me to like pick up on when somebody was going to be like super combative in an
Yeah.
argument. Like depending on which, and it's like you got the straw man fallacy, so on and so forth. It's
Right.
like you could pick apart somebody's argument, and like the same way that it like you end up walking out early, or like being like, damn it, like you find yourself in like just the dumbest arguments because you
Just
you
because you know how to combat them.
right, yeah, and like you're arguing for nothing. Nothing at all. And then, like, you become a dick about it. You're like, yeah, I'm smarter than this guy.
Uh, I have never related to something you said more in my entire life because I do that on Facebook literally like a couple times a week. I'll be
Me
like, I
too.
know I'm better than you because I know what kind of fallacy you're using right now.
Yeah.
And I put myself on this fucking high horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
And
I'm
then,
the
like,
savior of
10
NASCAR
minutes
Facebook.
later,
Yeah. 10 minutes later, someone will send me a screenshot like Ryan Shrek just did earlier today. He's like, dude, you're crazy on Facebook. I was like, I know, my grandma sees it too.
yeah, point proven.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and like then you feel bad about yourself. You're like, dude, I'm everything that I hate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I
Like,
just called him a fucking mouth breather because he thought Corey LaJoy was good. Like,
yeah.
yep. Damn
Fuck
it.
Corey, bro.
Hate when I
Yeah,
do that.
like you like grab your hand. You're like, why?
I do have to like sometimes like I'll get off break and like go to put my phone back in my locker and like I'll stand there for like a good 2 minutes like typing out like some massive like novel. Like, damn it, dude. I'll come back here in 10 minutes.
If I put it back together, then I'm definitely sending it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm the worst. Like, and I love it too at the same time. I think we're about on the same level for like when we tweet something, like we have enough people who don't like us enough to like immediately just like come at us.
Right.
And then we both like occasionally go viral in NASCAR
Yeah.
Twitter with
Just
like
for
just
some
some
dumb shit.
random yeah. And next thing you know, like we're being crucified again. Um
Junior'd be scared of Facebook.
Dude,
Especially if I'm on there, bro, I'll tell your ass up.
Facebook is like a different I Facebook arguments are always serious, right? Like there's like a sense of like because
On
on
Twitter,
Twitter
yeah.
I'm like LMAO, you're dumb kid. But
Yeah.
like
There's always
on
a sense of like,
Facebook, I'm like
yeah.
setting up. Like
Do you ever get into like a fucking argument with someone on the internet and like you send that good reply and you're like checking your phone every 30 seconds, like,
oh
what did he
dude,
say?
yeah,
Like, come
yeah.
on, come
Yeah,
on.
no way you're clapping back. No way. No, just give up. My
And I'm always a
worst.
little sad when they don't.
Yeah, yeah. But at the same time you're like, damn right.
Yeah.
Told you. Um my biggest issue is that like I won't stop. I won't. Like I have to be the last one to get a word in.
Yeah.
So like if I were to start Twitter arguing with somebody at 12 a.m. tonight and they still haven't stopped by Saturday, dude, I'm still going. Like I'm still chirping. And dude, I could tell it pisses Summer off. I can only imagine like what our
I
female companions like
yeah.
think. It's like I'm with a grown man
Yeah.
with a fucking mullet
Who's arguing with
who's
a 75-year-old man who doesn't know how to use a smartphone.
yeah, yeah, he's explaining why like NASCAR's not racist for Bubba. And
Yeah.
it's like it's going in one ear out the other. And like now he's like passionate about it.
Yeah.
And
Now he's fired up. He's tagging people in the comments like,
yeah, he's getting his whole fucking like
yeah,
posse
Bubba J, check
together.
this dude out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's immediately like I'll send you like some of the things that I've replied. Like I've sent you a screenshot and been like
Yeah.
LOL, and you're like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude,
feel like
it's goofy as shit.
when people start getting tagged, that's when I'm really like, let's roll these fuckers
Oh
up.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got 2 of these motherfuckers now.
Here's one. I think about this one all the time. Uh, take a step back, like go out of your body for a second. How fucking dorky are you right now?
Incredibly.
Dude, it's insane, right? Like here we are sitting in front of a screen, talking online. People, I mean, people enjoy it. Like I feel like everybody's having fun tonight.
Yeah.
But like you're a grown ass man. You've got cameras set up. You got good lighting set up.
Essentially talking to myself in a room.
Yeah.
Yep.
With you got to have your NASCAR shit in the back though.
Yeah,
Like, you got to show off that you're a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so dorky, but it's like it's so much fun. Like once people start interacting with like this character in a way that like you've made yourself online. Because everybody, I used to be like everybody's real all the time. And then like you meet some people, and then you realize that like there is a character to it.
Right. Yeah, you play into it a little bit. Yeah.
Right. I like to think that when I'm like here, I am Cody. When I'm strictly on Twitter, that's when I'm like Nas Cody. That's when I'm the character is on Twitter. In person, like face to face, or like anytime I'm on stream, I'm not like I'm kind of an asshole on Twitter, right? Like I poke and prod.
Same. Yeah. Yeah, I still have a little banner that says most likely to start beef from last NAS Christmas.
You did win that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Dude, I wish we could have gotten that together. We need to do like
you're catching me pretty quick because I've been a lot less active last couple months on Twitter.
And I've been the opposite.
Oh yeah, Cheyenne's for as dorky as I am, Cheyenne's twice as dorky. And I let her know. She watches the news unironically to learn about the weather for the day.
Like she sets through it all?
That's not through it all. Like she'll get up before work and flip the news on and run out the living room.
Just for the weather?
Just for the weather. And like she just did it right before I was gonna hop on here. She's like, "Oh, I'm waiting for the news to come on." I was like, "Man, you're such a dweeb."
I don't know the last time I watched like a televised like weather broadcast.
Like
I watch it when there's hurricanes.
Yeah, like I'll watch some Weather Channel shit.
Really, I don't watch the Weather Channel at all anymore. I don't know that anybody's gonna come together in the next like 4 days. It was supposed to be tonight, and just nobody had any enthusiasm about it.
No one had any Christmas spirit this year.
Yeah.
Trying to get a whole group of people on is pretty hard.
Dude, I swing. It doesn't matter. I can I don't know about you, but typically when we have these Twitter threads that unravel, you're carrying on like 6 different arguments at once with 6 different people. And I'm really proficient in that.
So yeah, you ever lose your spot?
Yeah.
And forget where you're replying to, and then you just gotta take it
like
in your face
back through and like find it.
Yeah, because you just know you just look like an ass.
Yeah.
Or you're like you misspell a there one time and your whole argument's gone to shit.
You cannot. Yeah, you lose it.
You gotta be on. Fucking me, Junior, Cody, and Colton can carry Nasmus. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we need the. I will send out another message, and see maybe like last second whip something up, perhaps possibly. If not, maybe we can do something like New Year.
I was gonna say something next week, like a NAS Christmas New Year's special.
Yeah. What day is New Year's on?
New Year's Eve is on a Saturday.
We could do like a because everybody's doing their own thing on New Year's Eve.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe like Friday night, do a pre-New Year's Eve bonanza.
That'd be fun.
We start the year ourselves, and like we just pretend that we're already one day ahead of everybody.
Yeah, it is 2023 up in this bitch.
Yeah. Alex is off next week.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. No promises that I could get anybody, but I'll try. Okay.
It might just be us.
It's probably
campaign. Yeah. So
I'll bring Juan.
I said today at work that the week between Christmas and New Year's was like adult dead week.
Yeah.
And people related.
For me, it's the Thanksgiving weekend is rough. Like that's a rough one. Especially like if you have like multiple gatherings and perhaps like somebody schedules theirs like the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah. And it's like, and what Thanksgiving was it's always on a Thursday. So some people do like their Thanksgivings on Saturdays regularly. Because like perhaps somebody's not off work on Thanksgiving. So it's like you do Thanksgiving on Thursday, you go shop Black Friday, and then you've got more Thanksgiving Saturday and Sunday. And then like Monday hits and you're confused. Yeah. Because you've had a long week or a long weekend.
So we have a long November. So Cheyenne and I host Friendsgiving every year. We've done it the last few years here. We usually do that like a week or two before Thanksgiving. So they fucking run together super.
Oh,
super
I bet.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Thanksgiving is this? Is this Mom's? Is this ours? Is this?
Yeah. That's. This year was the first year I had to experience it on the same day. Summer's family, they all have like different jobs, so everybody's schedule is different. And then like her family is huge, dude. My family, I have like my parents, my siblings, and my papa. Like that's like the size of my family. Yeah. And then my fiance, she's got like her parents, her brothers, her sister, her aunts, her uncles, her cousins, her grandparents, her great aunt. Like it's huge family compared to what I have. So like they've always just done whenever they could get the most people together. Well, this year it fell on Thanksgiving. Everybody was actually able to do Thanksgiving. So we had to split between like my family, her family. And it was weird the first time
Do like
having to do that.
like a 4 Christmases thing.
Thankfully, everybody is like her family's good about trying to figure out what my family's schedule is going to be, and like they try to work it out to where like nobody, like my mom, she was like, "What time are y'all doing hers?" And we told her, and she's like, "Then we'll just do ours later." So it's like
Yeah,
working
that is
around
pretty
that.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that you're willing to shift the whole family Thanksgiving back just to
yeah.
yeah.
Shout out, Mama Cody one time for doing that.
Yeah, for real. Real one.
Oh gee, are you coming to Bristol?
No, probably not. So we're gonna go to Kansas this next year. We're gonna go take my dad to
Oh,
Kansas because he hasn't been to a NASCAR race since
that's fair. Okay,
'94. Yeah, and it'll probably be one of, if not his last one, he gets to go to.
yeah,
Just because it's hard being in Wyoming, right? Traveling to fucking races, and especially since he's got MS and he can't really walk long distances. He can't
right.
do flights in hot weather, so like most races are out of the question.
Does
Um,
Kansas only have one weekend this year?
no, I think they got
Does it
2.
have both?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
rumored they were going to lose one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go to Kansas,
Which one?
the September race,
Okay, cool.
playoff race, and then we'll go 2024. I get married. So we're saving up money for the wedding, and hopefully right after the wedding, we can fly out to South Carolina and start looking at areas, looking at houses. And then 2025, hopefully move.
You're planning that ahead. I respect
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep, we've already been
Respect
planning it
that.
for. The original plan was 5 years to move, and then we got down there and we realized how much cheaper it is to live. And so we're like, well, fuck it. Like, we're already renting up here, like, not making any money. Like, we could make the same money for cheaper rent down there. So we decided to wait at least till after the wedding to move.
Do you think you're going to have a hard time moving?
No, I've already
Really?
moved away a couple times. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. So I lived in a span of 5 years. I lived in 5 different states.
That's a lot of moving. That's
Yeah.
that's a big scenery changes.
Yeah. I got the moving
Was
thing
it
down.
was it by option?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
one of them was like, I got a job opportunity. So I went to Montana. I went to college in Nebraska. So it was like 2014 was Wyoming, Nebraska. 2015 was Montana. I stayed in Wyoming for a couple years, and then I moved to Colorado in 2019, and then I also moved to Vegas in 2020. So from 2015 to 2020, I lived in 5 different states.
I don't know that I could move around like that.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Do you miss doing that?
Yeah, kind of.
Bouncing around?
So not really bouncing around, but I miss not living here.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
not a fan of what about Wyoming do you not enjoy?
It's the weather.
Is it
Yeah, primary.
what's the
Um,
culture like there? Like just the
mm,
general what is a white if I were to ask you to explain to me what your average Wyomingian is
okay, so
like into.
take Midwesterners, take out their accent, and give them cowboy hats.
Okay.
That's what this part of Wyoming is like.
Okay. Is it like heavy yee energy all the time everywhere?
Uh, I'd say moderate yee energy. I would say
Has the
moderate.
show Yellowstone changed the culture of Wyoming?
Not yes. So not here because I'm in. I mean, if you're looking at a computer screen, 2 separate corners of the screen.
Yeah.
But it has changed up towards the north part of the state pretty
In what
heavily as far as
ways?
population growth is one of them.
Okay.
We're seeing it's a heavy tourist area anyway, and the
Right.
tourists are, I mean, just coming in fucking droves now. It seems. Good luck getting a place to rent in like Bozeman, Montana, which is where I used to live. The apartment that I was renting for $800 now goes for almost 2,000. It's nuts.
Gentrification, my man.
So yeah, and so many people are moving there, and they're all from like California, so they're all used to paying that money anyway.
Right. It's just a little bit cheaper. So they're like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. And then the price goes up, and then it's California too. Like they call it Los Angeles because it's
Really?
become so much like LA. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's happening in Tennessee too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The
especially around Nashville.
Dude, where I live, the
Really?
cost of yeah. Uh, it used to be so cheap. You could find a really, really, really like high end, borderline luxury apartment for 650, like a 2 bedroom, and now it's like a 1 bedroom studio apartment here is like $1,200.
Damn.
Yeah, it
Yeah. So
is.
the rent here has always been kind of high because we have a military base and we don't build any more houses. So like we're not a
Okay.
college town, so there's not a lot of in and out renters, right? And they don't build any new houses. The military guys will pay for it because the military is going to pay for their fucking
Right.
housing, at
Yeah.
least for them to move in. And so we're all just kind of grudging for the same land, so to speak. Like we pay $1,700 a month for. It's a house that was 2 apartments, so it has 2 kitchens and shit, which is pretty sick. But it is not worth $1,700 a month.
Are you scared living where you do
Why?
for the missile field?
No,
Really? Do you feel
no,
safer because of that?
no. I actually feel it's kind of like an agreement, in agreement with death, so to speak, because I know if shit starts popping off, we are one of the first places in the country that's going to get hit.
Yeah.
One of like top 2.
Oh
It's
yeah.
between us and Maelstrom and Great Falls. That's it.
Yep.
Um, we have a lot of military stuff here. Most of the missiles are here in Montana. Um, we have a lot of intelligence stuff that a lot of most civilians don't know about here. Like a lot of the missiles are controlled through F.E. Warren. So we're a pretty big area, a pretty big target. So I know damn well if something happens, my work is going to be ground zero. So I just hope I'm at work.
We have one of the primary Army ammunition plants here in Kingsport. So
Yeah.
yeah, dude, we're pretty we're a sizable target too. We're
Yep.
more of a secondary though. You're in the first reign.
Yeah. So we have
Like
heavy artillery.
yeah, you're getting
Fucking
it first.
yeah. We're getting lit.
Yeah. I I've always had like a big fascination with the missile field. I've always like just been obsessed with the fact that somewhere out in the desert, like there's just
Mhm.
a shit ton of missiles on the ground ready to go at
Mhm.
any given moment. Like that
You
blows
know,
my mind.
there is a bunker that is about 30 miles outside of town that contains, like, you can go down in it and see everything and see it. It isn't legal to do, but it's uncovered. You can go down there and see it at your own risk. You can't go all the way down and like touch the missile or anything, but you can see
Right.
the silo. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. And it is, I mean, they're scattered fucking everywhere.
How
It's nuts.
how does that work when you're a kid? Like is that something that's like explained to you like,
Mhm.
"Hey, we do live in like a high risk area."
Yeah, so it's explained kind of as I explained it to you. Like you don't need to worry about it because if shit happens, we won't know about it.
Okay.
Is more or less same with like Yellowstone. Like as a kid, you remember learning about Yellowstone volcano for the
Oh,
first
dude.
time.
I still
It's
think
how
about it all the
scary that
time.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here it gets squashed in the ground because we're gonna die within 12 hours.
So like you don't have any fear of the super volcano.
No, I have more fear when I'm on vacation places about like, oh, what if the Yellowstone volcano erupts now? Like I'm fucked.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
have way more. I would have way more fear living in the south of that than I would
Okay.
living up here.
Really?
Yep.
Because you don't want to like suffer.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like a
Okay.
bomb technician. Like a bomb technician never has to clean up after the mess, right?
Right. True.
If he gets it wrong, he doesn't have to clean up after himself.
Yeah. See, dude, if somebody like actually has that mentality, that ice in their veins, bro, I would be throwing
Yep.
up on the ball.
Yep.
Like,
It's either your job or it's not. It's
yeah,
pretty easy.
true. Um, Yellowstone is like a big old Dodge commercial.
It really is. I will say,
The plot
I
of the show.
right outside of Bozeman, so the north part of Yellowstone, I took the most glorious pee of my life off this dude's front porch. I mean, it was like nipping out. It was like 10 degrees, nice like winter day. It just snowed like good 4 inches. And I'm hanging out at this dude's cabin in the middle of nowhere. And I step out on his front porch and take a pee. And there's just mountains in front of me, like deer running across this field. Oh, it was amazing. It was
Sounds beautiful.
The most tranquil moment I will ever have in my entire life.
Dude, and you're gonna piss.
Yeah, it was.
I bet that was the best pee of your life.
To this day, I think about that.
I bet.
Like once a month, probably.
You were entirely one with nature for that moment.
Yeah, like I always stand at the urinal at work and like close my eyes, like
it takes you back.
Yeah.
You hear the birds,
especially in the summer, like the AC's blowing on my back. Like, oh yes,
it triggers it for you. It's like when old people get older, they crack their backs after the 60s, and they have their short little their LSD trip that's been in the spinal tap. That's you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just with pee. So yeah, if you ever want to take a glorious pee, I'll take you up to Bozeman.
All right, but you said it'd be expensive.
No, we won't stay. We'll just drive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours. Just hoof it up there.
How long does it take for you to get to Yellowstone from where you're at?
About 6 hours maybe to the south edge of Yellowstone. About probably 8 or 9 to the north end of it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably not even 6. Probably even less than that.
Where did you vacation at growing up? Like, what is like the vacation destination for you all?
Denver was the spot. Yep, Denver's it.
Okay.
Because that's the closest place you can go driving in a day. You know, we don't really fly anywhere.
What do you do in Denver? What's like the attraction?
What do you do in Charlotte? You just go get something to eat and hang out a little bit.
Okay.
In Atlanta.
So that's kind of like
it's
book a place.
Yeah, you just get a hotel room, just hang out in a big city for a night. That's about it.
Okay.
It's nothing different.
What about like when you were growing up? Is that what you did?
Yeah, like so we didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't go on vacations. Like we didn't go to NASCAR races, we didn't go to football games, we didn't do anything. So like our vacation was when the rodeo came to town. We got to go to the carnival for a day.
I feel you. No, trust. I understand 1,000,000%. So
that was our vacation every year.
If when we did stuff like every now and then during the struggle, shout out that recession one time.
Mm-hmm.
We would do like Pigeon Forge, right? Like the Gatlinburg area.
Yeah.
It's a 45-minute drive, and it is like the tourism capital of the Eastern Seaboard. So we kind of lucked out with our location there. But I didn't know if like going to the beach was something that was like normal for people from Wyoming.
So I would say that Vegas is probably the number one vacation spot. Like as far as talking to people where they go, Vegas is it. Just because we're like 2-hour flight from Vegas.
Okay. I imagine that a lot of people from Wyoming would like drive up to Montana and like camp, right? Like I feel like that would be like a vacation.
No, so we really go. There's mountains like 40 minutes from us, so a lot of people just go right up there.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes people would go up to Glendo or outside Sheridan maybe in camp, but it's not that often.
Just like obviously, the further east you go, like the more populated it is, and like the more dense it is. So I didn't know if you guys like seeked out like populated areas.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like if you talk to anyone from Cheyenne, they're going on vacation. They're going to a city. They're not going to this cabin out in the woods or anything. They're going to go to Miami, LA, Vegas.
Gotcha. You all want to party.
Yeah, we are yearning for parties down here.
Yeah. See, I feel like a Wyoming party would be way more lit than anything that happens in a city.
So shit gets rowdy out here. I wouldn't say it would get as rowdy as like the South does, because like I've seen some Southern parties, and they get fucking nuts. But like y'all also don't have forests that will ignite via one ember that strays off.
Yeah, we're usually like pretty moist.
So like that, just the fire danger kills out a lot of our partying.
Yeah, that's fair. It's good that hopefully most people are that responsible.
Yeah, we all try to keep an eye on it, make sure we don't burn the fucking prairie down. No good ever comes from evacuating to cities.
No. I
So
can't imagine.
We almost had to get evacuated a couple years ago.
Really?
There was a fire, super close to like where our reservoir was, from where we get our drinking water, and it was like kind of creeping over. The sun, you could stare at the sun because there was so much smoke in the air. It was just orange all the time. It was nuts. Like the inside of my warehouse was smoky.
When Pigeon Forge caught on fire, or Gatlinburg, I think that was like 4 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago. Somehow, and dude, we're like 90 plus miles away. The smoke got all the way here from that, and it was so hazy here.
Yeah. So I mean, like y'all don't have wildfires. Like, I guess 90 miles is quite a ways, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get smoke from fires from like Montana and California out here. Again, just because it's so wide open, like we don't have trees to catch anything either.
Right.
But like when Mount St. Helens erupted, we got ash here.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This far down, yeah. And a lot of that's just because of the jet stream.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the idea of living somewhere that's so like flat and open blows my mind. Like that is insane to me. Like your visibility is wild.
Oh damn. He's talking about that Gatlinburg.
Oh yeah. Dude, that was rough. Nuts. That was a bad time for our area.
Yeah, living somewhere like here would blow your mind because it would blow
constantly.
Like it sucks here, dude. Like I've never met a place where all of the locals together can chime in and say this place fucking sucks.
That is terrifying. The last comment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so have you ever seen The Ranch on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the fire when it busted through town? It was like that. So The Ranch is essentially based off of that's where Cheyenne is from in Colorado.
That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good show until the second season.
You know the Killdozer dude, Marvin Heemeyer? That was the next town over from where Cheyenne is from.
Really?
So a lot of Cheyenne's family knows a lot of the family that was involved with that. And like we saw him out at the grocery store and shit.
Where are you at on Killdozer?
I think that guy was a fucking nut job. So I was 100% supportive of the dude until I started talking to people that were around him.
I don't know anybody directly involved, but I share the same stance as you.
Yeah, like I think he was just fucking crazy.
Yeah, it blows my mind the like the romanticization of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird.
There's a documentary about him. I think it's on Netflix called Tread. It's either on Netflix or Paramount. I can't remember, but it goes really in depth and it kind of opens the doors of, well, these guys tried to help Marvin out quite a bit and he kind of turned him away. Well, there's a point in there where he said, he was acting like he was talking to God, and he said, if God would catch me, let me get caught and have someone come find my dozer that I'm building, like I'll give it all up. And literally like a day or two later, someone knocks on his door wanting to search his fucking place, and he turns him away. I was like, you motherfucker.
Talking that talk.
You just wanted to kill people. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
And he did want to kill people. Like, let's just.
Dude, yeah. Like, if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have done it. Like, I hate that I'm having to do this, but.
He shot up propane tank reservoirs in town.
Yeah. I mean, he crashed into buildings. Like.
Yeah. Like, he headed for a library that had kids in it.
Yeah. Don't want to run anybody over.
Yeah,
just
I don't
get
think.
Out of my way.
That blows my mind that people are like, well, he didn't kill anyone. Yeah, because he sucked.
Shout out the libertarian guys of NASCAR, the NASCAR libertarian group guys. Like they're cool guys, love them to death. But one of my favorite because he's a libertarian icon. That the Killdozer guy is. Yeah. Every time I think of him, though, it always reminds me of this quote I saw of libertarians, and it was like, A libertarian is where somebody like stands before they know that people have feelings. Like I used to be libertarian, but then I realized that people have feelings.
Yeah.
And every time I think of Killdozer, it's just like that quote. I see that in my head.
Damn, that's a good one. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to remember that. All right. Well, what time is it? I got 7 o'clock on my end. It should be 9 a.m. for you. I think this is a damn good episode.
9 a.m.
9 p.m. Sorry. Already on work time.
Yeah. It's a 440.
Yeah. I don't
real
think we
quick.
got a lot of great content out of this, but I had fun.
I feel like there was a lot of good content. Anyway, before we leave, I want your opinion. Hailie Deegan going to ThorSport.
I'm neutral right now. We'll see how she does. So I had expectations for her going into this last year of like, yeah, she'll improve, she'll run better. She didn't. I don't know that the equipment was 100% to blame, so much as she just kind of got bullied around too. So we'll see. I don't have any expectations for her. I fully expect her to run 20th every week. You know,
I'm on my Hailie Deegan apology tour right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like I'm a Hailie Deegan apologist through and through. I fully blame the equipment.
Man.
I do. Genuinely.
Man.
Genuinely.
So I don't think Hailie is a bad driver. I think she gets really bullied in that series.
Yeah.
Like
if she could improve in her qualifying and her team calls, I think that she would have more success. She just, dude, I couldn't imagine running in 25th place in the truck series. I couldn't. I feel like that's like iRacing in real life.
And yeah, and I think Alex makes a good point. I'd rather see her and Raja just move straight up to the Busch series. Like, I think the truck series is becoming incredibly irrelevant.
I'm hoping Craftsman coming back will like make it like get it a little more focus on it. There's so many shitheads running in the truck series though, and like that's what's hurting it.
Yeah, it's not policed at all.
It used to be my favorite series.
Yeah, it used to be damn good.
And like even last season, I thought was really good.
See, I thought last season was mid at best.
I thought it was because the shakeup of like John Hunter falling, like the tumble he took.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was a good season overall. This season, I've constantly been like annoyed. Like there wasn't a week where I was like, "Yeah, go trucks."
Yeah. I guess not even like where there was a Knoxville week. Wasn't even that exciting to me.
Yeah. Yep.
And
that race was like, yeah. It was an extra race that we were getting blessed with, and it was just something. Mid. Yeah.
It was something.
It was a shit show.
Yeah. Man, speaking of shit shows, what do you think the old Chicago race is going to be like?
I think it's going to be fun. I think a lot of people are going to hate it. I think a lot of traditionalists are going to absolutely hate and despise it. But I think that marketing-wise, it's incredibly genius. I think it's going to get a lot of buzz around NASCAR as a whole. And I think the racing is going to be exciting just because it is going, and I hope that they do it in the broadcasts leading up to. Qualifying will be absolutely everything. If somebody qualifies 10th and beyond, they're not winning the race, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be hard. No. And I mean, a street course is not made for that. What? They took Indy out of iRacing?
IndyCar is not renewing their contract with iRacing after the end of this year.
That's very interesting.
To move everything solely onto their new game that hasn't even come out yet. Doesn't even have a name.
Yeah, that's bold because motorsports isn't even going to be around in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's bold. Like they're like teetering on bankruptcy right now. Like they just had to get like a $2 million emergency investment to stay listed on Wall Street.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But Roger Penske knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
I mean, I can't argue against Roger Penske.
Man, I can.
As a Blaney fan, I would imagine so.
1960s business practices do not work well this day and age?
I don't know, bro. He owns Indy.
And I took a massive shit earlier.
I cannot knock the captain's business practice.
Yeah.
It's working, dude. He's loaded.
Don't get me wrong, it's worked to this point. IndyCar is not going in a good direction right now.
See, I feel like IndyCar's coming up.
I don't.
Really?
Man.
I feel like it's on the come up.
I feel like of all the motorsports, it is the least on the come up. I even think that dirt late models have a bigger shot at becoming a massively national popular sport.
In all fairness, that race was awful for like the last 5 years of its running. It would be incredible today. I think that this new car would be so much fun. But I understand why the Brickyard went away.
What you looking for? Did you get everything?
Yeah, I lost my shoe. I'm wearing my Bubba Wallace socks.
Oh, I see. Okay. I thought like just a Nike just rolled off your foot.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you lose
It's like fully laced.
Yeah.
It just slid off.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with what I said.
We can debate this next week.
Yeah. And we'll do it in person, face to face.
Yeah. I'll write it down. Do you have any last plugs here, Cody?
You can follow me on Twitter at @TheNasCody. If you like my commentary, I do a show every Monday night with my friends Dalton, Cooper, Jacob, and Parv. We're called the Left Turn Cult. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and that's it. Discord, yes, we do have a pretty lit Discord. Shout out everybody who keeps that thing going. There's always some random ass conversation going on in there.
Always.
No, see, now we're gonna have to stay live until Alex goes away because I've always got to get the last word, and he's got to get the last word too.
I'll cut this stream.
You're like, we're not doing it.
I got shit I got to do, man. It's fucking cold. I gotta go hang a comforter over my doorway.
Everybody can have an opinion, bro, and it's okay that yours is wrong in this situation. I still love you too.
All right, we'll talk about that one next week. Alex, keep lighting up the comments. Boost our engagement.
Just keep blowing them up.
Do this on Facebook.
Do you have anything to plug?
I mean, just Merry Christmas. That's about it. I don't really have anything super exciting.
You don't want people to follow you?
No, not really. I'm just kidding. Please follow at least the podcast. Come on, you're watching it at FanfuelMSM on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as well. You don't need to follow me. This little @ right here at the bottom of the screen. Don't worry about that. I haven't been active
and troll it.
Just troll the shit out of me because I haven't been active on Twitter like constantly for like 2 months now since the season ended. That's
smart.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
NASCAR fans are a lot more feisty right now, so like you're missing out.
I learned a couple off seasons ago is when I decided that I wanted to fight Darian Black Flag Rider. So that was kind of when I started to disconnect from Twitter in the off season.
Fun fact: he tweeted the other day when he was leaving the Titans game that this is a direct quote. A homeless crackhead just tried to fight me.
Damn. Well, I can vouch that I was not in Tennessee.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to take credit for that,
I think you could take him for what it's worth.
I think I could.
I've met you both in person now. I think you have a size advantage.
I have gotten my ass kicked enough to know when I'm going to get my ass kicked, and I don't think I'm going to get my ass kicked. So
can I ref it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want me to be like fair?
I already said yeah, of course, yeah. I already said like I won't rattlesnake behind me like the fucking my trainer just like rub my shoulders, like slap me in the cheeks and shit.
Who's holding your spit bucket?
Oh, I don't know, fucking Junior, I guess. If he's still on here.
Is Alex the water boy?
No, Alex is helping Cheyenne medic me.
Okay, so he's like
he's handing her all the shit. Yeah.
Okay. He's got the Vaseline on his glove for her to like wipe off. And
he's ready to go. He is the human medikit.
Yeah. He's got a defib like strapped to his back just in case.
Yeah, he strapped my gloves on for me. Yep, and then the whole time Rattlesnake's just in my head, fucking.
Yeah, pumping you up. He's like, "You got it, man. You're beating him. You know, just follow through with the jabs
while
a little
I'm
bit
getting
more.
my eyes sewn back together.
I got like the cold bar is like up to your forehead. Like, does he want to throw in the towel? And Rattlesnake's like, no, no.
Around,
yeah, dude. I think it would be great.
A great time.
Yeah, do it for charity.
I'd even be fine if it was like we just did like a hockey fight, like we both went out on skates. I don't assume either of us can skate very well, so like, fucking throw the mitts and whoever falls first, done. We'll go 3 rounds.
3 rounds of that?
I'll go 3 rounds. How fast do you think I'm gonna fall?
Have you ever heard of chess boxing?
I have. Chess boxing is amazing.
I watched it last weekend. I watched a live stream of it, dude. It was incredible. Maybe that's what you should do.
The dodgeball jugglers?
No.
Yeah, so they have 2 teams, and each team has a juggler, right, with pins, and the other team is throwing dodgeballs trying to knock the pins out of the air.
And the guy's like running while juggling.
Your team's like half throwing dodgeballs, half like trying to block for your juggler, and he's just back here the whole time. Like, it's pretty good too.
Dodgeball juggling.
Yep, check that one out.
Oh, I will 1,000,000% watch that right now. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
you just gave me motivation to leave.
Yeah. Good episode.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on, Cody. Sounds like we're going to do it again next week.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully
we can get some enthusiasm.
Yeah. Get some Christmas spirit in this bit. Thank you for all who are listening and chimed in. We really appreciate you. This is a fun episode. You guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Stay warm over these next few days. It is bitterly cold. Let me check right now. We were at -11 last time, so it's -12. So we dropped another degree.
No big deal.
Not too bad. Yeah, real feel's still floating around -38. So
yeah, no big changes.
Yeah,
dude, if that doesn't help you stop smoking, nothing will.
No, nothing will.
Yeah, you are.
You know what's even funnier is I already quit smoking once.
Oh my god! Now your dumb ass is back out there again.
Yep. So, alrighty. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Mama, for chiming in. Thank you for Cody for hopping on. We'll see you guys. Merry Christmas.